And we all deserve a second chance in life. And I feel like it's my job to, to do things with them and show them that, that, hey, I do love them and care for them, and I want them to be able to have something that I never had. And that's what it is in life, And I think that if we keep pushing these kids and showing them that, hey, that you can have anything in life you want to have, but it comes to the point, do you want it? You got to want something, Yeah, we make mistakes, but let's not continue making the same mistake, and let's give them the chance to be able to, encourage them to do better,
No, I think it's so important. It's so great. My heart is with the Westchester Bengals and the community and your initiative and what you're doing.
Right.
And I think you're just walking flesh of like, you can do anything if you put your mind to it, because that's what you instill and that's what you keep saying. And I was like, you know what, for some reason, my boys don't even play for Westchester Bengals anymore, but yet I still want to be able to help as much as I can, wherever I can. And that's just my community. And I don't know. It's just a heart. I got a heart for it now.
Right.
And I'm right here. Wherever you say, whatever you want to do, I'm there.
And I'm gonna be the first to tell you. I'm gonna be the first to tell you that I appreciate everything you do. Like I tell people, sometimes you can't thank a person enough. You know what I'm saying? And what you did by stepping in and doing what you did, I was like, man, I was amazed to see how things got done. And I always seen, Sonny do it. And I know Sonny got, she got a little more responsibility in her life going on now, a lot other things she got going on. And I just told Sam the other day, I said, boy, I tell you what, I appreciate Sonny. And Sonny just don't know how much.
She's awesome.
She just don't know how much I really have. I appreciate her.
Awesome.
And she, she's my first cousin. I love her because she done a lot to really show me. Because a lot of things that I didn't know, and don't get me wrong, I mean, a lot of things that I didn't know how to do, and she showed me. And, when she showed me the phone one time, she said, hey, you got to get used to working this thing, cuz. But, I laughed because I said, man, it's about trying to, get with the modern days, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But these kids right here, I'll tell you what, they my heart. They my heart because I always say there's no kid bad. Kids make mistakes. And I feel like every mother, because, boy, I tell you, boy, mother is a special creature on earth. Mm-hmm. And every mother, no matter what it is, but every mother know their kids, every mother will love their kids, and every mother want the best for their kids. And that's what I see, and I think, like I say, I thank you so much for coming, coming forward, helping us and making things, with the, with the football going on this year, it was like, with the pandemic and all that going on and so much was going on, but y'all step in, you and some other parents, y'all step in, and y'all made it, believe it or not, y'all made it a whole lot easier for me, you know what I'm saying? And I thank each and every parent. I mean, not just one. Right. Every parent that played a role or even didn't play a role, because some of them might have wanted to play a role that couldn't been there. Mm-hmm. But I thank y'all, and I thank you so much because, believe it or not, you do a lot for James Island. And a lot of times people may not always tell you thank you. But like I tell you, when I text you the other day, I said, man, I thank you because I really do. Because you are a big asset and a big help. And what you does is it may not be appreciated to everybody, but I tell you, I appreciate you.
I appreciate that, but I'm the behind the scenes person. I'll help you whatever your initiative is, whoever it is. If I can help, if you're on James Island, you need my help, I'm here. I'm dedicated, I'm committed, and I'm behind the scenes. That's it. Talk about a little bit about Westchester Bengals and talk a little bit about your unity and bridging that gap in the community from Westchester Bengals standpoint.
Well, from the Westchester Bengals standpoint, my biggest thing is we want to come together and we want parents. And I was shocked that a lot of parents who came aboard this year and helped and brought their kids to Westchester. And a lot of them really tell me that, hey, I didn't know that, Westchester was like this. People had put such a bad image on Westchester because they seem like it's a bad place. But I always tell people, you can't say nothing until you come and you get to see things firsthand. And we want to come together and make this to be a much more special for the kids because there are kids that coming and there are kids that leaving, you know.
And I think it's all about bridging that gap
Right.
within the community. You know, it may have been a bad rumors or bad people might think is a bad place to be, but
Right.
in reality it's not. You know, it's for the kids, it's for the community,
Oh, yeah.
it's for us to come together as parents, and it's supposed to be a happy place, you know?
Oh yeah, and every place, believe it or not, just like every home supposed to be a happy home, you know, and a home ain't not a home without love, you know what I'm saying?
And that's correct.
And that's what we want at Westchester Park. I tell
Right.
people all the time, we know what, you know, you know, I got coaches that love it more than I love it. I mean, I got coaches who come aboard. I got coaches who came back from, you know, out the military who's came back. I got coaches who came back from colleges. I got coaches who just came back. I mean, who just never thought it was this good, and then they started coming on and coaching, and now they love it, you know. And I thank God for the coaches that I have because without these coaches, and one thing about me, I don't believe in taking no credit because
me neither.
There's no such thing as credit. It is what you do out of love. You got to love what you do, and if you don't love what you do, you ain't gonna do it. I mean, everybody have a job, and everybody got a purpose in this world. And my purpose is just to make sure every child get treated fairly, and every child get a fair chance. And that's what it's about. It's not about people say they want to say Joe Matthews or Lab Boy or whatever. It's about me. It's about. I mean, when I first started this thing back in high school, when I first started this thing, I was in high school playing high school football.
I remember you telling your story. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, me and Jimmy Davis and Jimmy Washington and you know then we brought on you know, we call him Juke, you know, Coach Washington Juke, and we started doing this thing, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it for about 3 or 4 years, and then I'm gonna quit.
Look at now.
And 3 to 4 years turned to be 41 years. This year right here is gonna make 40. When I complete it, it'll be 42.
Wow.
And I don't believe nothing is completed until it's completed, you know.
Until it's done.
But I plenty of time I thought about walking away, but it's hard, man.
And that's the thing, you can't because your heart is in it. When you said about loving something, and you know, you gotta have love for it, you gotta be able to enjoy and love it, and it comes easy. You can't walk away. How could you walk away now?
Well, I tell you what, I had some kids told me before, say, Coach, man, you say that every year, you going. And every year I say the same thing. I said, man, you know what? I said, man, I'm gonna give it up. But man, I tell you what, the minute you start seeing football season coming back around,
you get excited.
Yeah, you get excited, and you say, man, I'm gonna try it one more year.
All right.
Then after a year later, I'm gonna try it one more year.
Yep.
But I said, man, it's.
And every year it's gonna get greater and greater. It's already good now.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna get greater and greater and greater. So
yeah.
We gonna make sure we do that.
Yeah, and you know, like a guy told me the other day, a friend of mine, he's from Cincinnati. He called me all the time. We talk. Coach Love. I said, yeah, what do you want, Toby? He said, man, you scared to bring them boys from Charleston down here to Cincinnati because there's a different kind of beating down here. I said, man, listen. I said, well, I'll tell you like this. I said, well,
Cincinnati.
I said, man, listen. You in Cincinnati, Ohio, right?
All right.
I said, yeah.
Oh, Cincinnati.
I said, I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah. I said, well, we gonna play each other on. We call them little games. Them kids play the Madden and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I said, we'll play all of
like the fantasy football.
Yeah.
Or something like
we
that.
We play that, you know.
Something like that.
Yeah, but you know, we laugh and joke all the time because I you know, like when we was at the game the other day, I was so amazed. I mean, I was so amazed that the kids. I mean, them kids was so respectful and so much. I mean, I was shocked. I like, you know what? People might say what they want to say, but everybody grew up one day.
You know what's so amazing? And you said the kids were so mannerable and all that, and you know, I wasn't able to attend the game physically, but I was able to send my son and my nephew with the team with no worries. Like, I know they're being taken care of. I know they can conduct themselves. They were people who I trust. They trust. And they're not going to be disrespectful and rude. I think that was the awesome thing. Like, I can be in one state, and they can actually go with a group and be okay.
Well, I'm gonna make you laugh because I got a good laugh. You know, it was. I had this guy. He say, I know you. He said, are you a pastor? I said, yeah. Reverend Murray, you about to kill me when you see me again. He said, what's your name? I said, I'm Reverend Murray.
Oh,
so he said, why you say that? He said, that's your name? Yeah, Reverend Murray. So not knowing that reason why I say that because I'm scared of height.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people don't know I'm scared of height. So yeah, I told Coach Mayden, I said, hey man, y'all don't laugh later. And I said, don't laugh, but fella put me in the wheelchair and rolling me, and he got me on the first floor, right? Mm-hmm. I'm out there on the first floor. So the guy said, Pastor, you all right now? I said, yeah.
On the first floor. On the ground.
I got the best seat in the house.
Wow.
So all the kids, everybody looking for me.
And you chilling. That's funny.
So I laughed and I thought about it. I said, you know what,
So you ain't going up tall.
No, ever since we've been going the last 4 years, I never went up.
Right.
I never went up there. I said, man, I got up there one day and I saw and I had to walk close to the wall just to get. I said, man, I ain't going back down. The man
that's
said,
right.
I said, man, said, you scared of height? I said, man, listen, I scared of height.
I love it.
But other than that, I know all the kids. I know I had.
Right.
I had Coach Ming up there. I had Coach Sam up there.
Right.
I had all the coaches up there, who up there. And I said, well, you know what?
Was fine.
I know these guys. I said, these are good coaches. And when you trust somebody, when you trust somebody, and you're comfortable with somebody, you don't feel, that I can lead. That's why I tell them right now, I can walk right now because I know they can handle it. You
got to be there. You got to be the face of the program.
Yeah, but I just love. And then all the parents that we had up there. We had parents up there, and everybody enjoyed themselves and got on the bus, and everybody enjoyed themselves, and man, awesome. We laughing and joking.
Opportunity. Yeah, a lot of kids don't get the opportunity to go to a game.
And see, that's what I want, and I'm glad you said this because I want parents, not just don't bring your kids to Westchester just to go on an NFL game. No, if you would have called me and said, hey, could my son go, even though he didn't play with y'all? Yes, he can.
It was open to
this is not just for me. Right. This is for the kids. This is an experience that some kids get. Because you know what? There's some kids that they look back 30 years from now and say, man,
I went to a game.
I went to an NFL game.
They may not get an opportunity to go back again.
And see,
I think that's awesome.
I didn't get the opportunity growing up to go to an NFL game. Or I didn't get the opportunity because growing up back then, we had to go and to play ball at the YMCA back in the 70s. People would say, man, you mean your parents couldn't afford $10 for a register? No, they couldn't. But at the end of the day, we was good football players. So some of the other parents would pay, or the coaches would pay our way to come play. Wow. So I look at it and I say, you know what? I want things to be better, man. I want these kids to get better opportunity, be able to say, all right, a quarterback. I want everybody to say, hey, I want a kid to say, I get a chance to become a quarterback. Because some place they go to play, they say, well, they feel like some kids are not smart enough to be a quarterback. But I always say, a kid is smart as you give them the chance to be, because if you don't give that kid, give an opportunity, you'd be surprised what a kid can do,
Exactly. So the last thing I want to wrap up a little bit. Tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. I know some ways, but you tell them how they can get in contact with you. I know we're on Facebook, social media.
Well, you can contact me through Facebook, Coach, Joseph Matthews, or you can go by Westchester Park, or if you got your pen and pencil ready, I got the same number for almost 20 years, 843-568-5216, or you can contact Lady Care, or you can contact Westchester Bengals and reach out to Miss Sunny McKelvey. And
everybody got
Coach Ming. You can reach Coach T Ming.
Right.
So Sam McKelvey, you can reach out to him. Sam is one by never answer the phone. So you got a chance. You got a better chance with T Ming or Lady K or Sunny. But Coach Sam, and I guilty too sometimes too.
Right.
You know, I'm guilty too now. I mean, sometimes I look at the phone. I mean, I'm going Monday to get my hearing checked, so I ain't ashamed to say that.
Right.
I'm going to get it checked because I feel like, you know, sometimes I have the phone right there ringing, and and they say, hey, you ain't hear your phone ringing, so I said, I better go get it checked. You know.
We're gonna wrap up, and I want to thank you for coming
ma'am.
because to me, you're part of the community.
Right.
You're part of the greater good of James Island. You're part of youth in their lives. You know, you're an amazing role model, an amazing person. You're doing great things in our community. You're influential. You and your whole coaches, your staff, your team. And, you know, I just want to thank you for being who you are and doing what you do.
You know, one thing I want to say before you wrap it up, too, that I want to say to, you know, anybody that's listening, and foremost, I want y'all to know that school come first.
Right.
And I say this here because school come first. And I always say, you know, get your kids in church because if a kid can't read, and he's no good to himself. So we need to get these kids in the school, stay in school, because when you go to Sunday school and the pastor call you up to read, and if your child can't read, that's embarrassing, you know. And I know I went to school with a lot of kids that could not read, you know, and when it come down to counting and all that, I mean, there's a lot of kids I went to school with that can't count, who can't read. And that's embarrassing. And who do we blame for that? We have to blame the parents because it starts at home. You know, and that same thing with manners. Listen, parents, manners, we got to get our kids to have respect. If they don't have respect for nobody else, they got to have respect for themselves.
Good. I like you say that because that's going to bring us right into the next thing I want to let everybody know before we close out. Tomorrow, we have our etiquette class, first teen etiquette class on James Island. And it's going to be, registration have closed. We do have opportunity for parents, adults, business owners, whoever, to make a donation. If you will go on Eventbrite and you just just search etiquette class, Lady TK, you'll be able to find it. If you search things to do in Charleston, it pops right up. So the etiquette class is tomorrow evening, Sunday, December 5th. At 3 p.m. and we were going to have an awesome time. We have about 15 kids that's going to join us tomorrow. And you say good manners. We're going to have our spring edition of etiquette class, and it's called Good Manners Youth Etiquette Class in the spring. I think April the 24th is the date. So that registration is already open. We also have a promo code going for it. It's early bird special, $10 per child.
Well, let me ask you a question toward
Get on it. Because spots are limited.
So let me ask you a question toward that, since you're saying that so you wouldn't be able to take any more kids if they wanted to come?
We have an opportunity we have about 15 right now. We can talk about it if you.
No. The reason why I say that because what you doing and believe me now, I'm telling you, what you doing is really, really needed in our community. There's kids that do not know how to sit at a table, do not know how to eat.
They'll be learning all of that.
I seen this, and and let me tell you, it's embarrassing because, and I don't blame the kids now because I have seen kids, me doing this for almost, like I said, 40 plus, over 42 years, and I've seen kids that I had to tell, listen, you don't reach across the table.
Yeah.
You know, you
You'll
don't.
be learning
You
all
know,
of that.
and I tell them, I said, listen, you don't eat and try to talk at the same time. And what you're doing now, I'm telling you, I mean, you know, people sometimes take it for a joke, but it's serious. It's very serious and I mean, they should have. I mean, honestly, that place should be packed.
It should be.
It should be packed.
We was advertising and promoting this for about 5 or 6 months, and the registration for tomorrow is closed. However, it's open for the spring. So we're thinking about doing something every quarter, and open up the space more. But we did have limited spots.
Right. All right. But I mean, but it need to be done.
We can wiggle a few more. If you're interested, just hit me up on Facebook. My Lady TK. Say Kenya Washington on Facebook is my personal page. Business page is Lady TK Events. My number is 843-779-5949. If you need to contact me between today and tomorrow, if you're interested in having your child to come out, just call me, contact me. We'll figure something out, okay? Also, we want to thank 2xposu.com for bringing us and giving us the platform to come here and give y'all a little bit of insight and aspiration and community unity. And thank you, Mr. Darrell, Mr. Ray, the entire Expose You, 2Expose You platform, and we just appreciate it. We thank you so much. We love you. We love you. Thank you, Coach Matthews, Lab Boy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.